afternoon. Hello, welcome to Star Studio. It's your girl Jackie, and I'm here today with the beautiful and talented Jilly. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I love the hair. I love the color. I love all of it. I'm excited to chat. As you
Yeah.
know, this is Star Studio, so I really want to get to the bulk of talking about stardom and fame and your music and how you got started. So speaking of stardom, how would you define or describe celebrity, or what does that mean to you?
That's so interesting because it's obviously like, growing up, celebrity is the biggest thing, when you're young and you're the most opposite thing of a celebrity. It's just like something so unattainable. And it's just, the star of all stars. And then as I, grew older and the profession that I chose came with so much notoriety, it's different. It's all eyes on you, even at times, where you don't necessarily want all eyes on you. But it comes with its pros and cons, just like everything. I think the pros of it is, just having so many eyes, follow my career and follow the things that I love to do. And, my passion, which is music, and having so many eyes, follow my creativity, which is incredible. Those are the moments that you just, you bask in it. And then of course, the times when you don't want everyone looking, those are the only cons about the word celebrity that I personally feel.
I love that. With the way social is and everything, everybody wants to be famous, or they want to be insta famous, they want to be a celebrity. And I feel people have this jaded view of what celebrity is. They think it's all glitz and glam and you get to live, this high life. But you touched on it a little bit, but I want to know if you could dive deeper into, if you could shed some light from your perspective on the reality of fame. Like, is it as glitzy and glammy and perfect as everybody attains it or thinks it to be?
I think it's pretty much honestly like the exact opposite of perfect because with fame, I like to just use the word of just more eyeballs. I think the more known you are, or we wanted to use the term more famous you are, it just comes with more people watching your every move. And that's the part where it's just like, oh damn, like you feel like you can't screw up, in certain times, or you can't, I love just being at home with no makeup. That's my favorite thing. But then sometimes when I go to the grocery store, I'm like, geez, I probably shouldn't have walked out the house like this, because people will be like, Jilly. And I'm like, oh shoot, like dang it, I should have thought about that. But I think the biggest thing is just with the glitz and glam, it has its perks. Like I said, with me being a creative artist, I do want more people to hear my music. I want people, to want to come to my shows and, to stream my music, because that's how I, become successful in my career path. But then of course, I wish sometimes like, you could turn it off whenever you just want to go to the store and not even be seen, instead of having to wear a mask, 6 pair of sunglasses and hoodies.
So normalcy is not really a thing for you anymore then. Like, who Jilly was before the artist is not a thing for you, really, is it?
Yeah, no, it's so funny because my brother, we were actually just having this talk with my parents. He was like, really since like high school, you haven't been, it's never like, I can't go anywhere where people aren't like, oh, that's Jilly. So, that I think too, it's been so long as well, where it's kind of like, it is the norm that I've been, in this spotlight for quite some time. Really even before like Instagram, around Houston, because I've been doing music for so long. So even around like Houston, I was Miss Teen Houston growing up. And so I was really known in the city as well. So it's been, obviously now it's on a different scale, it's more global. But I think at the same time, like I said, it just goes back to my passion of being music. And I'm just grateful that I do have people who, support me and actually rock with Jilly.
I love that. I love to hear that. And so, speaking of music, and you talked about being in this for a long time, I want to deep dive into why we're really here. And I wanted to know, how did you get started in the music industry?
Yes, I actually have been doing music before social media even took off. I was doing music really since middle school. I started doing vocal lessons like in middle school, and in middle school and high school, I was the lead role in like all my school musicals. So I was literally head honcho in the school theater programs, literally all the time. My theater teachers and I had the best relationships. They loved me. And fast forwarding, every summer while in between middle school, I was actually doing theater ensemble camps. So it would be like 8 weeks or 16 weeks intensive theater camps where the first week we would audition for these plays, and then they would cast us, and then we would spend a few weeks rehearsing, and then at the end of the camp we would put on two big performances, one at the daytime and one at the nighttime, for the whole city of Houston, for family, friends, all of that. So the stage really like became my second home, even earlier than that, to be honest, because I've been doing competitive dance since I was like 2 years old. So the stage was like my second home from the jump, and I knew that's what I wanted to do. So to fast forward, did all the theater camps, the musical vocal training, and then kind of early on, in high school is when I really started to do cover videos. I would cover Rihanna songs, Drake songs, Beyonce songs, Destiny Child. And I was putting those on YouTube before YouTube became like, vlogging
Yeah.
and everything that it is now. Yeah. So I was on YouTube back then. My videos are on private now, so don't go looking for them.
I was just about to go look. I was just about to go
Yeah,
look.
no, I put those on private, girl. You ain't gonna catch me slipping. But no, I still have those videos. It's so funny because I actually watched them the other day. But yeah, I started putting my cover videos on YouTube. I would do little, like, once I would record them, I would make little videos, have my little friend come over and we would record it and I would upload it. And then I started doing original music later on in high school. And then to fast forward, here I am now. I put out my first official project. So I've been in LA since 2014, and I had been dropping singles since then, just always just dropping singles and music videos. But this was the first time that I actually put out a body of work. So yeah, that's where the original music, the journey of it starting was long ago.
I love that. And you hear that, like, a lot of people, like, and what's great is you have a passion, and you had a passion and you stuck with it, which is really nice. And I'm sure, there's highs and lows of the music industry, and highs and lows of giving up or not, or thinking, should I continue this? Should I give up? Like,
Absolutely.
how do you balance that? Like, because you've now made it, but like, can you talk to us a little bit of any of the struggles you've had? And have you ever felt like giving up?
1,000%. I will be transparent and tell you, for me, I'm nowhere near where I want to be. It's, a blessing for people to be like, you made it. But I think the number one thing that always has kept me going too is that I don't see anything else for myself. I never had a plan B. My plan, all my eggs were in plan A's basket. And growing up, my parents always told me, if you have plan B, then you're not really all the way focused on plan A. So, I've been so driven to, making this happen. It definitely took longer than expected, but I stayed the course, and I just feel that no matter what, I've been having the same vision since I was a little girl. So I know that has to account for something. I know that, you can't just be seeing this since you were young and it just doesn't happen. So I know
Mm.
even when times get rough and, it just seems like, it's not being picked up or what else. I just keep the course because at the end of the day, like I said, I have had the same vision since I was a little girl, and I know that has to account for something.
Absolutely. And I wanted to say, like, a lot of us feel like we should be somewhere faster, but I've learned to just adopt where exactly where we're supposed to be. Because if you
Yeah.
were there sooner, you wouldn't be able to receive it in the way or handle it the way that you are now. So, you're definitely on that path, and congratulations on just sticking the course. And I love what your parents said about, if you had a plan B, you were never really focused on plan A. I never thought of
Yeah.
it that way, and that actually resonated a lot with me, so thank you for sharing that. um, I
Absolutely.
want to talk to you about your creative process, like, as an artist, as somebody who's in the art scene. What is your creative process behind creating a song, or your albums, or your music?
Yeah, I definitely think really just my vibe, the moment that I'm feeling in. I never have any songs just handed to me. So I'm always, when I go into the studio, it's literally from scratch. So it's really mainly depending on how I feel that day.
Mm.
With this project, this was the most, I want to say, more like another side of Jilly. I haven't really done music like this with my song Throwback and my song Ready. It was more, a little bit more vulnerable, I would say, in a sense. Most of my music is, very powerful and fun and, lit. And so with this, I kind of dived into another aspect. And I think the main thing that is in my music is just growth. It's just, who I am in that time period of what I want. And I think the main reason why a lot of my music was more so fun and lit was because the studio was my escape from reality. So I personally had a rough time, taking reality and then bringing it into the studio because that was my escape. I didn't want to talk about what was really going on in life. So I think that was my, go-to was making fun music to make me feel good, because sometimes like when I leave, I'm not having the best day and I don't want to think about that. And it was actually funny that you asked that, because I was just having a conversation with some of my team, and we were actually talking about how my music does need to have more vulnerability sometimes, because that's the way of connecting with people, like to open up, to share your story. And I think that was the part that kind of touched home for me, because I'm not the best at that. And so it's just like, with this new project, it's like slowly but surely, letting people more into who Jilly is as a person versus just the artist and just the image.
I love that. And like, I've always taken music as I can't save the lick, but I've always taken, I know my strengths and weaknesses, and that is not one of them. I always know from what I've taken with artists is like music is, the things that you can't really say out loud. So you put it in a song. So, being willing to open yourself up and be that vulnerable is expressive. And then the thing with music is that's permanent. Like, you put it out there, it's like everything is
Exactly.
permanent. So I love that. Now, you talked a little bit about the project you were creating. So I know you have a new project called Copy and Paste, and I would love to know more about that. Even the name, like Copy and Paste, where did that name come from? And then can you touch on your project?
The Copy and Paste is like my first official body of work. That's my baby. And with it, it just went into, I actually started on the project months before releasing it. And the two songs that were the newest on the project were Ready and Throwback. And those were actually recorded, no joke, probably 2 weeks before I finalized the project. And it's crazy how they ended up making the project, because like I said, the project was going more in a fun, kind of lit direction, where people were like, no, I think you should have those, songs where it's more vibey and people can like, turn on to, not just when they're leaving the club, or going to the club. So those songs really were more just like in touch with, I guess I would say in touch with my emotions. And Copy and Paste really came from really a conversation I was having with one of my friends. So long story short, I've been doing this music and, social media for quite some time. I was one of the OGs on, Instagram with the videos with my group of friends that I had at the time. Like we were all, doing those videos straight from Vine to Instagram. And so people have known me from that for quite some time. And, as other things come up, you see people on the internet, you're like, wait, that's literally my stuff. Like, I know that's me and you don't get the credit. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna subconsciously, put it in there. And then that's where I came up with Copy and Paste, because I'm like, people see me. I feel like I'm the blueprint to a lot of stuff. And it's just, just being real, just being transparent. I'm so authentic with my stuff. So I know it's like, I know that's came from me. So that's really where Copy and Paste came from. It was just more so, setting the trend, setting the tone, being authentic to who I am, and seeing it being pasted elsewhere, So that's really where I got the concept. And then just all the songs, like I said, they were just, moments of how I felt when I walked into the studio that day. Ready, Throwback, just more in tune with who I am outside of the spotlight, who I am at home, the type of vibe that I really am majority of the time. So that's where Ready and Throwback really transpired and came from. And then of course, like that and Flex, where I still had to, talk my shit. I had to still give it to them. So yeah, so I gave it 50-50, and really just like a transition of, what, here Jilly comes in a more vulnerable state.
I love that. And you know what? It's so funny that you talk about Copy and Paste, because one of my great friends, she, would be like, yo, somebody, I know this is me and they're copying me. And, I've had that happen too. And at first it's annoying, but I look at it as a form of flattery. But
Exactly.
I love that you're calling it out. It's like, you know what? I know you're copying me. I know it is what it is, but again, they can't do it like you. They don't got the Jilly sauce. They don't have
Talk to
the
me.
Jilly essence. You know, they can't do it like you. I tell people all the time, you know, we can all get the same recipe for spaghetti, but it's going to taste different because the way you season
I
and
know
I
that's
season
right.
is different. The way I cook and you cook. So you can have my recipe. Go take it. It's not
But
going
the
to be the
sauce
same.
won't taste the same. Exactly.
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 I love it. I love it. Um, so talk to me, how do you would you describe the music you create? Like,
Yes.
how would you describe that? Is there a specific sound? Is it its own vibe? Like,
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely would say, more in the pop, R&B pop lane. Definitely, because I will never contest to being a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I can talk my stuff. I can, spit, pen game goes crazy, but I'm not a rapper. I'm not gonna sit here and battle Nicki Minaj. Like, girl, not never, okay? But at the same time, the reason why I say R&B pop is because at the same time, I'm not completely R&B. I'm not gonna sit here and sing off Whitney Houston. We know, like you said earlier, we know our lane, we know our strengths and weaknesses, and I'm gonna stay in my area, okay?
absolutely, yes.
But yeah, I would definitely describe it R&B pop because I feel like my music is slowly but surely becoming just global. I don't have any limits or capacity over who I want to listen to my music. I do want to hear it in a club in Ireland. I definitely think that's where my music, I want it to reach everything. I don't have a specific just crowd. I want it to be everywhere. I want to walk into any club and they can play like that because I feel like it's such a girl anthem and really like makes you just fun and have fun and just want to get into that moment of just dancing and everything. And then at the same time, I feel like I can go hang out with anyone and they're riding in their car and they can play Ready or Throwback on a vibey moment. So definitely R&B pop, and really just like I said, I make music to where anyone can listen to it and turn it on and just be like, okay, yeah, I'm vibing with this.
I love that. And I think that's what music should be. Music is a trend, it's
Yeah.
its own language. It hits people in different moments, hits people at different times. And I think music should be like that. It should be a moment and anybody should be able to adapt to it and hear a song and be able to be like, I resonate. So I
Agreed.
totally get that. So I know you opened for 2 Chains. So I wanted to know what that experience was like. He's a fellow Virgo, so I like him because I'm a Virgo too.
You're a Virgo? Oh my
Yes,
goodness. I love Virgos.
this is why we vibe. This is why we
Yeah, I'm a Capricorn. And for some reason, like Virgos and me are like this.
Capricorn rising. So I get you. I get you.
When's your birthday?
On the 31st.
Okay, look, we're getting sidetracked.
Totally. I know you opened for 2 Chains. So
Yeah.
what was that like opening for him? And did he offer you any advice, or was it like, did he give you any brother sisterly type of love and advice? Like, what was that like?
Okay, so to be completely transparent with you, that was just it happened so last minute. So what was originally supposed to happen was I was opening for Chris Brown at the Toyota Center. The Toyota Center is an arena in Houston, so it's huge. It's where the Houston Rockets play, our NBA team.
Yep,
So
yep.
they play there, yeah. So I was opening for Chris Brown and I was at rehearsal literally the day of the show. I'm at the Toyota Center backstage getting ready to do sound check, and we get word that he canceled the show. No joke. He canceled it a few hours before. Like, I'm there about to, like, I'm behind the stage, about to walk on the stage for sound check, actually. And the stage manager pulls me aside. He was like, I need to speak with Jilly and Jilly only. And I thought that was really weird because, like, I have my choreographer there. I have a lot of my team there. My assistant was there. And then all my dancers, of course. And so when he said, I need to speak with Jilly just by herself, I was like, what's going on? And so he then tells me, actually, he just showed me the message. Chris Brown, he put it on Instagram. That's how everyone found out. He put on his Instagram story that he was canceling the show. So to fast forward, the show gets canceled. I'm distraught. I'm devastated. I have put in hours and months of rehearsal. Let me be very specific. We had been rehearsing for this show for months. This is like, I had 8 dancers. So, everybody took off of work and we were like, doing late to accommodate for some people. We would do rehearsals at 10 o'clock at night to midnight just so people can make it from work. And it was just crazy. So, all of this is like, what the hell? Like, what just happened? Like, all of our hard work is just like flushed. It really was the most devastating feeling ever. And then my camera guy, who I actually hired to do behind the scenes footage and then also to record the performance, he actually ran over to where I was. Actually, my driver was waiting for me in the tunnel the entire time. So I was talking with my assistant and one of the ladies who actually got me on the show. And we were just standing there talking, like, what the hell just happened? And he actually ran over, like he ran to me. He was like, Jilly, Jilly, Jilly. He was like, I have some people over at the 2 Chainz concert. They're having a festival down the street. He was like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but like what? I have no details. I'm like, what? And mind you, my costume, like if you saw the pictures, of course, that costume was really arena ready. Like that was not for a smoke fest. Like I was definitely Beyonce'd out, okay? And I could have for sure gone in some sweatpants. But I was just like, you know what, this is who I am as an artist, so let's bring it. But kind of to backtrack, the my camera guy, he was like, do you want to do it? And I'm like, yes, but what? He was like, can you get over there right now? Mind you, did I just tell you I was at rehearsal? So my hair is pinned up because I didn't want my curls to fall, and I had no makeup on because what I was gonna do was leave the Toyota Center after sound check, go get my makeup done, and come back. And
Yeah.
so, yes, exactly. So he was like, can you go over there right now? I'm like, no, I can't go right now. With the outfit that I have on, I'm not gonna go barefaced. Like that would just look crazy. And so he was like, well, how long do you need? So I called my makeup artist. She's like, okay, come right now. And they literally, once I got in the chair, they're like, can you be here in 10 minutes? I'm like, if we have to do that, it's not going to happen. So my makeup artist, I don't know how she did it, but she did my makeup in 30 minutes. Mind you, like, makeup artists, they take a cool little 90 minutes sometimes. Yeah. She did my makeup so quick. My driver stayed downstairs the whole time. I hopped in the car. He drove me over. Mind you, while I'm in the makeup chair, I'm calling my family, everyone who was supposed to be coming to the show, because I had a lot of people fly out for the show too. I had about 20 different people fly in town just for the Chris Brown show. And so I'm calling everyone. I'm like, look, can y'all all meet me here in 30 minutes? And they literally, I'm so blessed to have such a great family. No one said a word. Everyone was like, we'll be there. We literally all pulled up to the 2 Chainz show at the exact same time. I hop on literally after I got there. I got on stage within like 10 minutes of being there. I performed. And after that, we left. So I didn't get to see him or meet him because it was like, such a quick thing. It all happened in the blink of an eye. I don't think I really even understood what happened until we all went to eat that night. And I was just like, well, I just opened up for 2 Chainz, but I don't even think I really
understood what
processed it. Yeah, because it was a hell of a day to say the least. But it was still, I was just so grateful that I was still able to perform and our hard work just didn't get completely flushed.
And shout out to the photographer for like being A1 and pulling that opportunity. But that was God. God was like, you know what, you need to be over there.
Yes.
And you guys to making it work. So congratulations. That's a crazy story. Like it stressed me out. I'm like, no makeup done. You got to go over there. I'm stressed for you, but I'm sure you killed that show. And again, it's a different set of eyes on who you are as a brand. And that's all that really counts at the end of the day,
and,
right?
It goes into what we were just saying about how I want to be global. It was really a testament and a test, to be honest, to that, because it was a whole different crowd. Let's be very honest. Like, I was going from the arena to a festival that's called the Smoke Fest. So I think I got secondhand high on stage. So it was definitely like, a whole different crowd. The stage was not even a third of what the arena, what the arena was going to be, as well as what we had been rehearsing. So kudos to like my dancers as well. We thugged it out and we just, made it happen. We had to kind of adjust the choreo to fit that stage. But like I said, we made it happen.
Shout out to your team, because that's teamwork makes the dream work. I know we have a few minutes, so I do want to get to maybe 2 or 3 more questions, but I know, everyone talks about viral moments and how to go viral. Let's talk about having one of your videos hit 1 million views in 5 days. Girl, what is that like? How is that?
Yeah, no, it was actually crazy. And like, you don't ever want to like act shocked, but I was shocked. I was like, okay, then we're doing something, right? Like back onto the path. And 2, it was just because, it had been a moment since like I really released music. So with this one, right before I dropped this project, I had released 2 singles in 2021. But prior to that, I had kind of took my little hiatus and hadn't put anything out for 2 years. So to have it, the momentum pick back up like that, I was really excited because I was just like, okay, you know what? Here's another sign that this is what I'm supposed to be doing and I'm on the right track. And, it was just it's great that the video was received so well. And that's why I'm so excited. I'm like, I'm ready to get my next one out. I'm just excited because the momentum's there.
Of course, that goes to show the quality of your music, that the strong fan base community you've built, that even though your hiatus was about 2 years, that there's still a community that is supportive of you. So that's always reassuring, for sure. And then speaking of social and viral moments, how do you think social media has changed or impacted the music industry?
Both ways. I definitely think that it's changed it because, there's so much content now. It's just like content, you can put out a song today and it's old tomorrow. It's like crazy because I have people already like, okay, what's next? Like, when's the next project coming out? I'm like, well, I got to get the videos to this project out. Hold on real quick before I get new music, so I think that's a way of it's being changed because like I said, content is just thrown out every single day all over the world. And so it's like kind of oversaturated if we want to be, honest. And it's, you got to lock in that, fan base who not only will see your project, but have it like elongate, over a period of time and, appreciate the art and, just keep streaming and keep playing it and making it their favorite song to where they want to play it daily. And impacted it, I think, definitely with there being so many people now who are in the music space. Like I said, when I was doing music or even when I was coming up, like stars were like stars. Like we had, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, like even though we still have Beyonce, but I'm just saying like, those were famous people. And now, there's like TikTok stars and YouTube stars. And it's just like, there's so many more stars, which is incredible. It's so incredible that people, have found an avenue. But at the same time, it goes to say like impacting, I think so many people too now have outlets to do music and they just do it versus like, like I said, I've been doing this before social media was even social media. So it doesn't discourage me because like I said, I feel that that vision that I've had since a little girl, I'm going to continue to go after it. But like I said, that's really what it is that's impacted it. Is just in today's world, there's so much content to where if you're, not consistent and not really 10 toes down and going after it, you will get, pushed under.
Yeah, you'll get lost in the sauce because
Exactly.
there's so much. So last two questions for you. What advice would you give somebody who is starting out in the music industry?
I would definitely give them an advice of every time someone says no or any door is shut, just keep on keeping on. Because at the end of the day, if it was easy, everybody would be able to do it.
I love that. Keep on keeping on. It's like I'm a Disney fan, so Disney Pixar and in Nemo, Dory says just keep swimming. And that
Yes,
quote to me is like no matter how high the tide is, no matter how low the tide is or whatever, just keep swimming. You will make it to the shore, you'll make it to your destination. You just have to go through a few things, but just keep swimming. And then two things. What is your favorite song to perform and why?
ooh. So with my new project, I haven't been able to perform it. Not yet. Show's coming though. My team's working on it. We about to get on these lineups, but I think that since I have performed, I'll go ahead and say New Safe, which is a song that I dropped in 2021. I think just performing that one is just so much fun because as soon as the beat comes on, people's reaction, and I think that's the best thing is just seeing people's reaction to like a song with a great beat. It starts with the beat, okay? If you
Sure.
can't make people feel the beat, then I don't know if you got a hit on your hands. I don't know if they'll even want to hear what you got to say. So definitely seeing people's reaction to the beat and their heads bobbing when that song comes on. I love, love, love performing New Safe.
I love that. And then lastly, what is next for you?
Next for me, right in this very, very moment, I think with my project, I am going to be putting out more videos, more music videos to those songs, especially Throwback right now has been the fan favorite. So I have 4 songs on the project, Ready, Throwback, Like That, and Flex. And the only song that has a video is Like That. And that's the one that hit 1 million views in 5 days. And so everyone's fan favorite song from the project was Throwback. So that's next, getting a dope music video to throw back, and then releasing that this summer. And then, mainly just doing shows, more shows, getting out there, performing this EP, copy and paste. And then after, I run it dry, continue to perform it and sing every song 100,000 times, then, a new project, definitely just continuing going. This is what I do. This is what I love. And this is where my passion's at. So I am never going to stop. You'll see me forever.
I will be watching forever. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you for just sharing your story and dropping those insights with us. I wish you the best on your project. Let everybody know how they can find you on social, how they can support and listen to your music.
Absolutely. Everything, my Instagram, Twitter, all of that is Jilly Anais, JILLYANAIS. And then my website is imjilly.com. It literally has everything. It has all my streaming things. It has my social medias, my YouTube, all of that. And then, of course, on Apple Music, Spotify, iTunes, all you have to do is type in just Jilly, JILLY, and you can find me on every streaming title, all of that. So go run it up, stream it up, follow, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Okay.
You guys heard it here. Support, support, support. Go support Jilly. Check her out. Check out her music. Check out the project Copy and Paste. Stay locked for great content, more info, conversations. I'm your host, Jackie, and my special guest, Jilly. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you.